Youth violence, teens killing teens. Homicide is the third leading cause of death for young people.
And it's the leading cause of death for African American youth. Today we begin a series of reports aimed at youth violence. Here's part one of Saving Our Children. April 30th, 2024. A shooting in Augusta's Cedarwood Apartments leaves 14-year-old Anthony Harrison dead. His accused killer, Darion Tanksley, age 15.
I remember very much going to that young man's funeral and being so frustrated that all we focus our resources on is the response to these crimes. Why don't we do more to stop them from ever happening in the first place?
The problem of youth violence isn't new. Here's Reverend Dr. Larry Fryer speaking at the Georgia Legislature in 2014.
Where our children need help. Our children are fighting each other. They are fighting us. They are dying at our feet.
Do you think anything's changed in 11 years?
No, matter of fact, it has worsened. And since the time I did this speech in the Capitol in Atlanta.
In Richmond County, from 2021 until now, 17 homicides were committed by youth 17 and under. Add in assault, rape, robbery, and other lesser crimes for a total of more than 6,800 cases.
They are dying in the homes, shot in the schools, issues in the church, especially in the community where they go each and every day.
Dr. Fryer, frustrated by the senseless violence plaguing our youth, asked if I'd be willing to host a summit here at News Channel 6. We invited 12 people. A dozen people came. The mayor, district attorney, and juvenile court judge were there, along with representatives from law enforcement, local nonprofits, educators, and clergy. Each brought to the table a different perspective on juvenile crime, its causes, and possible solutions, and all agreed it starts in the home.
The parents, I think, first, then it's going to take our government to support these parents. It's going to take our school system. It's going to take our churches. But it must begin there at the home, and then it spreads abroad.
Judge Willie Saunders presides over juvenile court in Augusta.
We understand that children are children, and children may make mistakes.
Saunders points out that brains don't fully mature until around age 25.
And a lot of things are done on impulse.
And the consequences can be life-altering.
The road can be hard. It's hard coming off and trying to reestablish yourself after you've been convicted of an armed robbery, even though it may have been at age 14.
Easy access to guns makes the problem worse. Sheriff Gino Brantley says some kids just walk by cars and pull on the handle in search of weapons.
And when we don't safe keep those weapons as we should, when we don't lock them in our cars when we get out, we don't take them in the house.
District Attorney Jared Williams recalls a case he prosecuted in Athens, Georgia. Williams says two groups of kids were at odds and saw on social media that one group was in downtown Athens. The DA says Pharaoh Williams shot into the crowd. 7 people were hurt, none seriously, but the severity of the crime meant someone had to be punished.
But what those kids didn't know in that moment is that what they were trying to do was gain respect, and what they did instead was gain 140 years of prison exposure, 20 years for every one of those shots.
Williams, who pleaded guilty, was sentenced to 20 years in prison, followed by 20 years probation. Cost of youth violence in Georgia alone is enormous. According to the CDC, it soared to $122 billion in 2020. Now, some communities are now looking to spend more money on prevention. Next time on Saving Our Children, you'll meet an Arkansas judge whose town came together to combat youth violence. The results are amazing.
And what you've done is amazing with the community members that have come together for this. I've had the pleasure of watching this. It is a very sad situation what's happening in our community. So your response to this is monumental in what you're doing.
Thank you, Barkley.